So the first and the most important strategy is to always underline the target answer. This is extremely important. This is so important that I've started using this strategy in reading and writing as well. It will literally save you from a lot of silly mistakes. Let me explain through an example. The width of a rectangular field is 1/4 of its length. If the length is 16, what is the perimeter of the field? Over here, the target answer is this. We have to calculate the perimeter. Okay, let's solve this question. The width is 1/4 of its length. So if the length is 16, first we calculate the width, which comes out to be 1/4 into 16. It's 4. Look at the first option choice. That is how the examiners trick you. They know how to play around with you, how to manipulate you. And trust me, in that pressure zone, most of the students will choose A and move on. So before choosing your answer, you have to look back to your target answer and whether you have calculated it or not. So you will immediately realize that you are not done yet. You have to calculate the perimeter, which is 2 into length plus width, which comes out to be 16 plus 4, 2 into 20. The answer is 40. The answer is D. The second strategy basically involves calculations. It states that you should not solve or multiply fractions. It's very simple. The purpose is to make sure that you save time. So whenever you have lengthy calculations, carry them along, especially when you have fractions. They will cancel out somewhere. You need to save every single second. Let me explain through a small example. Which of the following fraction is less than 1/3? So the first thing that you do is you underline the target answer. We need a fraction that is less than 1/3. Okay, now you need to understand that the examiner knows that you are high school students. You know how to solve fractions. The only thing he's trying to understand is how do you approach this kind of question. Okay, let's have a look at option choice A, 4/18. I don't know the exact answer of this, but I know if I simplify it, I will get 2/9. That's it. Leave it there. 4/12 is 1/3. You can easily eliminate this option. Why? Because our target answer states that we need a fraction that is less than 1/3. Okay, 3/5. There are a couple of fractions that you should know. Like 1/2 is 0.5, 1/3 is 0.33, 2/3 is 0.66. You should know these fractions. Similarly, 1/5 is 0.2. So if 1/5 is 0.2, 3/5 is you multiply this with 3, you multiply this with 3. So 3/5 equals 0.6. 0.6, which is way greater than 0.33. That is this. So you can also eliminate this option. 7/3 is already greater than 1, you can see, so you can eliminate option choice D as well. Although I don't know the exact value of 2/9, but I know this is the answer. You choose this and you move on. This is sad. You cannot spend 1 minute on these kind of questions. If you do, that's a game changer. You need to save time and be intelligent with your calculations. Let's have a look at the third strategy, which basically states that whenever you have numbers in the answer choices, you put them back into the question to find the correct answer. So basically what I'm trying to do over here is I'm trying to convert algebra into arithmetic. This is something I will be doing throughout the session. I keep telling my students that this is layman's math. You should be able to make anyone understand through numbers. Algebra is like X, Y, Z. Arithmetic is like numbers. So we understand 2 plus 3 plus 4. We don't understand X plus Y plus Z. So imagine you already have an answer. Like one of these option choices contains an answer. So let's use them. Let's have a look at the question. What is the largest integer X? I will immediately underline this. This seems like to be one of the target answers. What is the largest integer X for which this expression 66/5x minus 4 is an integer greater than 1? Okay, so we've got two target answers now. One is this. We need the largest integer X for which this expression is an integer whole number greater than 1. Okay, now the approach over here is you start with the largest option. Because we need the largest integer, option choices will always be arranged in a chronological order. So the best strategy over here is to start with option choice D. When you choose D, you are satisfying this target answer. It's done. You have chosen the largest integer x. Now we have to see when we put 4 into this expression whether we get an integer or not. If we get an integer, we are done. 4 will be our answer. Now let's have a look. So if I put 4 into this expression, I will get 66 over 5 into 4 minus 4. That is 66 over 5 into 4, 20 minus 4 is 16. Now this is not an integer. You can calculate it, you will see it's not an integer. Hence, this target answer is not satisfied. Now what do? We move on to the next largest integer, which is 3. So if I choose 3 now, again I've satisfied this condition. Now I have the next largest integer and I have to see whether I get an integer when I put it into this expression or not. Let's try. 66 over 5 into 3 minus 4. What do I get? 66 over 15 minus 4, 11. Yes, I am getting an integer. Both the conditions have been satisfied, hence C3 is your answer. You don't even have to go back. Still, if you put 2 into the expression, you will get an integer. Let's have a look at this. 66 over 5 into 2 minus 4. 66 over 10 minus 4 is 6. You get 11. You are satisfying this condition but not this one. Hence, 3 is the target answer and 3 is our answer as well. Okay, the next strategy is the opposite of the last strategy that we have done. In that strategy, we already had numbers in the answer choices. But what if you have variables in the answer choices? We will do exactly the same thing. That is, I will try to convert algebra into arithmetic. Because we understand numbers, we don't understand variables. So whenever you have variables in the answer choices, replace them with numbers. It's the most powerful strategy I've come across. Even when I was giving my GMAT, I used this strategy a lot. Trust me, it will save you from a lot of trouble. Okay, the expression 4z plus 3 into z minus 2 is equivalent to. So if you don't like quadratic equations and you don't want to multiply this and get an expression, you can simply take a number and put it in this expression. And then put that number in these values as well in the option choices. The 2 values that match will be your answer. Let me explain. Let me do this for you. Let's say z is 1, 2, 3, 4, any number. Just try to avoid 0 and 1 whenever you are plugging in numbers, because whenever you multiply any number with 0, you won't get anything. And whenever you multiply anything with 1, you will get the same number. So you can take z as 2. But I won't take z as 2 because I know if I put 2 over here, this will become 0. So let's take 3. Any number, just be intelligent with it. You can take 4, 5, any number, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if I take z as 3, I will get 4 into 3 plus 3 and 3 minus 2. So I am getting 4 into 3, 12, 12 plus 3, 15, 15 into 1, this is 1, so 15. That's like my target answer. Okay, so now we need to put 3 in these option choices, and wherever we get 15, that's it. That will be our answer. Let's try the first option choice. 4 into 3 squared minus 5. So 3 squared is 9, 9 into 4 is 36. 36 minus 5 is 31. This is wrong. This is not our target answer. We need 15. Let's have a look at option choice B. 4 into 3 squared minus 5 into 3 minus 6. So 3 squared is 9, 9 into 4 is 36, minus 15 minus 6, which gives me 36 minus 15 is 21, 21 minus 6 is 15. There you go. We have our 15, hence option choice B is the answer. This is a very powerful strategy. You need to learn these strategies to ace the SAT exam. Okay, the next strategy is to manipulate figures. The first thing you need to remember is any figure provided in the math test will be accurate unless noted otherwise. If an angle looks like a right angle, you can assume that it is one. It is safe to assume other features like parallel or perpendicular lines and relative angles or lengths. Charts, graphs and gridded figures are always accurate unless otherwise stated. Always remember this thing. Okay. Secondly, whenever you have a figure, you will have to draw on the figure, you will have to extrapolate the figure to find out the correct answer. If you keep looking at the figure, trust me, nothing will happen. Like in this question, it says that what is the area of quadrilateral ABCD? Now there are multiple ways to divide this figure. You need to look at the figure and find the smartest way to approach this problem. And the smartest way is not to divide this into a triangle or trapezium, two triangles and square. No, you're getting two straight lines, AD and CD. Straight lines are literally our best friends. Avoid these straight lines, I'm really bad at them. You can divide this figure like this into two equal triangles. This is triangle A, this is triangle B. So this is the base of triangle A and this is its height, the perpendicular height. This is the base of triangle B and this is its height. So everything you are getting in straight lines. Your life is easy. So for triangle A, what's the area? Half into base into height, which is half into, this is basically 7, 1, so the base is 6, you can see. Half into 6 into height is this. We look at the y-axis, this is 5, you see, this is 1, so this is 1, the height is 4. Half into 6 into 4, which comes out to be 3 into 4, 12. If you are intelligent, you will immediately realize that the area of triangle B is also 12. If you can't identify, you can do the calculation, similar calculation. Half into base into height, which is half into, what's the base? You can pause the video and do the calculation yourself. You will see this is also 6. Half into 6, and what's the height? This is the height. This is 7 and this is 3. So 7 minus 3 again, it's 4. You get 12 again. So the area of the figure is 12 plus 12 equals 24. This is your answer. Okay, the last strategy in this section is pay attention to units and variables. There are other strategies as well, but I will add them as we move along the course. So when you're choosing an answer, double check that it is in the correct units. The answer may have different units than the given data. Circle or underline any units given in the problem and the units of the answer. Problems involving units will almost always have answer choices that are correct for different units. Let me explain through this example. The chart above shows the amount of time Jenny spent on homework in 1 week. On average, how many minutes per day did Jenny spend on homework? The answer is asking for minutes, but look at the chart. That is in hours, so be very careful. The first thing you need to do is calculate the average, which is sum over total number. What is the sum over here in this scenario? We just take the average by adding together her hours for each day and then dividing by the number of days, which is on Monday she spent 0.5 hours, on Tuesday she spent 2 hours, on Wednesday she spent 1 hour, on Thursday she spent 0 hours, that's bad. On Friday she spent 1.5 hours. And how many days do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the average. If you don't understand the concept, it's completely fine. I'll cover all these topics in my later videos. 2.5, 3.5, you've got 5 over 5. And we get 1. This is 1 hour. Please be careful. Look at the first option. In that pressure zone, many students will choose A and move on. But you have to be careful. Look at the target answer. Remember, this is very important. It will save you from a lot of silly mistakes. So you need to convert 1 hour into minutes, which is 60 minutes. So the answer is C. Now what you need to do is apply all these strategies on the questions that are given in the quizzes. I have given multiple questions there, and all you need to do is keep practicing and don't give up.